You cannot elevate past the tricking if you are going through a dry spell. This is why so many people never make it past Simplism. They never make it past Simplism because they know what's next for them. They know they got to go through that tricking. And so some people just say, you know what, I stay an incel. I go MGTOW. I would suffer. I'll be a monk before I reduce myself to paying for sex. Not understanding that once you get past the tricking, you at that promised land that you always wanted to be at.
I heard you say you get Jessica Hilarious 5 bands, right? And you will get a regular bitch $300.
$150.
Damn,
On a good
Trick.
day, $150.
I ain't tricking off on you.
I done seen you blow all kind of money.
Yeah, but
Because we having
different. I'm
fun.
doing what I want to do with my money.
Wait.
I'm a pretty girl, just a bad little baby. I'm in the studio, my papa Jokasey.
Go on Amazon, man. Pick up my books, man. 7 levels of the game. Book 1, Simpology. Book 2, Trickology. Book 3, The Womanizing. Book 4, Macology. And Book 5, The Horrorism, which getting ready. That bitch getting ready to come real soon, man.
All right, so you know what's going on there, everybody, Free Game Nation. I got to welcome y'all back to the classroom. I am Professor Jokasey. And now let's go ahead and get into today's topic. Let's get... Hey, hey, shout out to TWD, man. One thing about, especially if you're a younger cat, man, go listen to some Trick Daddy old CDs, man. You talking about you want some game in this format? You want some game? I know a lot of the young cats ain't gonna really fuck with them because the name is a turn off. You hear a nigga call himself Trick Daddy. You're like, I don't want to hear no goddamn Trick Daddy. If you came up on this beta male, alpha male shit, but man, that dude though, top 20 rapper all time. Just off the game, like you go listen to that www.thug.com CD and tell me if you don't get the most game you ever heard on album format in the past 50 years, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, a lot of people sleep on this guy. A lot of people sleep on Trick Daddy. People didn't really start knowing about him till he did that song with Tupac, that's Still Ballin'. And then that's when, he started blowing up because they were like, damn, who this nigga on the song with Tupac? And, he tore that shit up. So, shout out to Trick Daddy. Shout out to TWD. But we know Professor Jokasey's second book was called Trickology. That's my second book I released. I released that in February of 2021. The reason why that book needed to be released, the reason why I believe everybody in the manosphere needs to read that book, because it's a stigma surrounding tricking. And I keep telling y'all, man, you got levels of everything in the game. You even got levels of tricking. So shout out to Trick Daddy when the chick was like, you'll get a regular bitch is 300. That nigga say 150. He said like one of them old school tricks. He said, I can't even give a bitch 300. And so the chick was like, damn, Trick, you that hard on the money? And then he went to explaining like, bitch, when I spend the money, it's on what I want to do. It's on I'm not just throwing money just because I'm in the presence of a bitch. I'm throwing money because I feel like throwing money in this certain vicinity of how I'm throwing money. But if I'm just throwing money strictly for a bitch, it's going to be 150. And that's generous. And that's him being generous, because, he going to get an upcharge because he's a celebrity. He going to get an upcharge because he got more money. It's like when you go to jail, man. If you could make $1 million bond, then the judge going to hit your ass with $1 million bond. But the judge know you just some poor cat off the streets, then your bond might be $10,000 for the same goddamn crime. So, you're going to pay what you weigh in this game at all times, but he letting the bitch know, don't think just because I'm TWD that it's finna be $300 for a ticket to Splitsville, because the average dude gonna give your ass $50 or $75. So even with this 150, he's still taking care of you better than the average cat to take care of you. He's still taking care of you, and he had to check her to let her know that he had awareness. He said 150 on a good day. That ain't even, he said, bitch, he said, if I'm feeling good about you, if you looking good, if you carry yourself right, you smelling right, if you look clean and you ain't out here being dusty and busted like the rest of these hoes, on a good day, you might get 150. But Jokasey, he a trick, man. That's the lowest of the lowest. That's the scumbag of the scumbag. Man, look here, man. Let me give y'all some game, man. Cause y'all this was messing up the game with YouTube and all this shit right here. When people come to me and they want to know how to get a female, or they been on the drought, they been going through this, they been going through that. The first thing I tell them, I say, hey man, before you can hear any type of game that I'm gonna give you, you need to fix your primary problem. If the primary problem is you on the dry spell, go handle that dry spell, and then we can go chop up game so we can come up with better ways to prevent future dry spells. And, they help you get through the dry spell that you're on. But you got to handle that dry spell. If you need sex, you need to go get sex. Even if you got to trick off for it, you need to go get sex. Is something that you need. It ain't something that you want. It ain't something that, man, it'd be nice if I can get some sex right now. No, man, that's something that you literally need for physical, mental, and spiritual purposes. So if you come across a broad and you taking care of this broad, and you throw this broad $75 here, this broad hit you up and say, hey, I need $100, and that's the only access you got to getting your fix. I'm not gonna look you down. I'm not gonna look down on you. I'm not gonna talk down on you for handling that, for taking care of that broad, for taking care of you. But now you can come and we can work on better ways so you can take care of your situations without you having to come out and break the bank. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that you are a sexual being. You are here because of a form of a sexual act of two other people before you was even thought of. Every cell in your body is a sexual cell. Your energy is sexual energy. You can let it go higher so it can become creative. You can let it go lower and it can become reproductive. But every fiber of your being is sexual energy. It's up to you how you want to manifest that sexual energy, but it's all sexual. So I'm not going to look down on you for taking care of that any way that you have to take care of that, long as it's legal and it's in a consensual matter. Long as it's legal, that's important, and it's consensual. That's even more important. But you got to take care of those sexual needs before you can even get your game as sharp as your mind, because everything you do is going to be done out of desperation until you take care of your sexual needs. Back where I come from, they used to have a saying where dudes used to tell a bride, they got 50 for the fuck, but the head on the house. So it was $50 for the smash. It was $20 if it was on the streets, if you were fucking with a streetwalker. And that'd be the only advice I give to anybody who going through a dry spell and they looking to get a quick fix. Don't deal with no streetwalkers. Don't deal with no streetwalkers. It's plenty of working females. There's plenty of females out here who got 9 to 5s. Plenty of females who make ends meet by having a dude or two on the side that's helping them get over the hump. I would tell somebody to get your game as sharp as your mind, to hop into some inboxes and tell some bros, hey, look at man, I really think you're cute. I really want to fuck with you. I don't mind looking out for you, making sure everything's straight. If you need a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there, I'm the type of dude you can depend on to make sure that you're decent, to make sure you can get through those little hard times, to help you make those ends meet. I just want to know if me and you can have a chance to make some shit happen. I would tell a dude to go that route. Find you a woman that's a little bit cleaner. Find you a woman that ain't on the street just selling it to anybody who got $30 and just hopping in the car with them. I would tell you to go that route. You feel me? But you got to get you some pussy. And if you can't go that route, man, get you a headset and do what you got to do. Don't listen to these niggas who talking about the no fap shit and don't watch porn and all that. Dude, you a sexual being. You cannot escape the fact that you are a sexual entity. You cannot escape the fact that this world was built on sexual energy. So you're going to have to take care of that. The thing is, you want to make sure your game is as sharp as your mind. You cannot elevate past the tricking if you are going through a dry spell. This is why so many people never make it past Simpology. They never make it past Simpology because they know what's next for them. They know they got to go through that tricking. And so some people just say, you know what, I stay in incel. I go MGTOW. I would suffer. I'll be a monk before I reduce myself to paying for sex. Not understanding that once you get past the tricking, you at that promised land that you always want to be at. But you gotta elevate through that, man. You gotta elevate through that. You gotta elevate through that not only because you want to get past that, but you gotta elevate through that for your mental health. This is why you got these dudes, man. All you gotta do is just go on these female YouTubers who trying to teach the game now. Look at the little thirst traps they set for these dudes. Listen to the little game they give these dudes. And look at all the thirstiness. These dudes don't even they tell themselves, I'm coming on here so I can get some rare pair content from a woman who understands the rare pair content. That's a lie they tell themselves. But the truth is, you're on there because now you're so biked up from the stupid shit you done learned. You're thirsty for anything. You're looking for any type of feminine attention. You're looking for any responsiveness for any type of broad you're dealing with. So now it's easier for you to trick off on a YouTuber and pretend that you just giving money because you want to support the type of content that you're listening to. Because now you can convince yourself that you're not actually paying for pussy, which you'll get way more bang for your buck paying for some pussy than you get to pay somebody to talk to you. I tell anybody, man, anybody who came on my Patreon, they'll tell you, man, they came to me talking about they were going through some dry spell. I tell them, hey, man, go buy you some pussy before you come buy some game from Professor Jokasey. Get rid of that dry spell, and then we can help you elevate past that. But you got to fix that. It's going to be mighty hard for you to elevate, and all you could think about is the last time you had the luxury of getting between the thighs of a woman. I know that's going over a lot of y'all heads, but it is what it is, man. Y'all be cool on your stool. Understand that cooking with 2 peas in the pot and then cooking at the stove ain't hot. I'm Jokasey.